Well, we're on to... Is this... I think this is day 5, isn't it? Is this day 5? I can't remember. I think it's day 5. And after yesterday, we were both absolutely knackered getting into the Wellington, where we stayed last night instead of the tent, which was quite good because we needed the bed rather than sleeping on the ground. But we've decided just to... No, straight on, straight on, straight on. Not that way.
River Nid.
Yeah, we're not going that way.
Half a kilometre.
Yeah. So we're just walking through Darley at the moment, and on the way back to the path. But this is a beautiful little village, absolutely gorgeous, typical sort of long laid out village in the area. But this morning is absolutely glorious. It's not too hot at the moment. There's a little bit of haze, but you couldn't have picked a better morning for a walk, and it's Easter Sunday as well. Well, quite honestly, you don't get much better than this in the morning. Probably not the clearest at the moment because it's still quite hazy, but it's absolutely glorious. And that's us officially back en route, and it's absolutely idyllic down here, just river flowing gently past, lots of bird song. Quite a lovely spot. I've got to negotiate this stone style. My legs are still a bit sore. Oh, there we go. It's just a morning to bimble, enjoy the weather and the river. It was quite a tough day yesterday, lots of ups and downs. I'm hoping today's going to be a bit gentler, but I suspect there might be quite a few stiles en route, which will slow us down a lot. But 3 pubs between here and where we're going, so plenty of opportunity for refreshment. And I think we've got about 11 miles to walk today. path's just risen a little above the river, but we're walking through the woodland here, and it's an absolutely stunning display of, I think these are wood avens, and there's celandine in amongst them as well, a little yellow flower. But spring has well and truly sprung. And wild garlic there as well. Absolutely beautiful. So peaceful this morning as well. Just with the river burbling away and the bird song going. This is what walking's all about. And again, we're just climbing up from the follow the wall.
Oh, they're following the wall.
Yeah. But again, you know, just getting a little bit of height up over the valley. Nothing spectacular, but it's just beautiful. The leaves beginning to really burst out in some of these trees as well. Just a pity. In a few days I love walking through these woodlands with the young leaves, and you get this kind of ghostly, not ghostly, it's almost like a luminous green tinge from the light coming through the trees. It's I'll take a look back at where we've come from. A few cyclists out on the road this morning as well. And climbed a bit further into this woodland, and the landscape changes again. It's mainly birch. Got some conifers up here as well, but the wood's been mostly birch. Just stop and listen to the bird song for a moment. About the highest point of the day. The route just came up from the river, which is heading down in the valley there, and we're going to drop quite quickly back down to it. But it's a real change in the landscape at this end of Nidderdale. It's far more pastoral. Just a patchwork quilt of fields. Not too many of those big stone barns that you see right up the top. Bell in the background there. Maybe just make it out drifting across on the wind, calling folk to their Easter service. And that's as we're back down on the river now, and this absolutely fabulous back horse bridge just here. The way turns right along the river bank again, but morning.
Hello.
What a gorgeous spot, isn't it?
It's fabulous, this.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. First time you've been here?
Yeah, first time in Nidderdale, so we've been walking the Nidderdale Way.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, quite a long way, isn't it?
It is, well, I think this is day 5, so we've got
Oh,
one.
really?
Oh, you're doing all of it?
Yeah,
Were
we've
you
got one.
camping or?
Partly we stayed up at the Wellington last night.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
But the last few nights we've been
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
tent, so we got lucky with the weather really.
Yeah. Well,
It's
this is
been-
the best bridge.
It is, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just
It's
Yeah.
a lovely part of the world. And you know, this part of Yorkshire gets less tourists
Yeah.
than the rest of it. Certainly than the Lake District.
yeah, it's hidden gem really.
Yeah.
It's been, every step of the way has been stunning really, and every day's been quite different.
You've been
Yeah.
very lucky with the weather, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Actually,
extremely.
it's
It was
pretty miserable when it's raining.
well, it was quite misty yesterday,
Yeah.
Yeah.
until we came down off the moor. But I'm
Oh,
not
you
gonna-
were on the tops were you yesterday?
we came over. I've forgotten the name of it. Up past York's Folly.
Oh, I know.
yeah.
Yeah.
We came
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah. Very nice.
But yeah, it's been fantastic.
Where are you staying tonight? Where are you heading for?
We're up camping up at the Yorkshire Hussar.
Oh, right.
So it's a little bit off route, but
Yeah. Fair enough.
it's.
And how far are you walking each day?
Well, tomorrow's the longest. I think we're doing about 14, but we're not doing much more than about 10 each day. So
Yeah, that's all right.
nothing. No
You're
big
not
night.
stopping in pubs and having pints of ale, are you? In
We
between
might
time?
be, might be.
Good for you. Good for you. So where are you from?
Not
I
Yorkshire.
live
Obviously
down
not Yorkshire.
Originally Glasgow, lived down near Lanark,
Yeah.
and so I'm just on the edge of the borders,
Oh, are you? That's a
which
nice
is
part of
nice.
the world.
It is again. It's like these areas nobody ever visits.
Yeah.
The
Um,
height of the pandemic, when no one could get away anywhere, because we lived just along the road, we went up to the Lake District.
Yeah.
Just when they'd open a hotel and just for the weekend and masks and
Yeah.
everything, and it was packed
Yeah.
with walkers. And we were driving back down here and just why did we bother
Yeah.
going? It is. It's much nicer here.
But yeah, it amazes me. People sort of gravitate towards the honeypot sites.
They do, yeah.
And there's so much more to explore,
Yeah.
right across the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
there is.
But we do a lot of long distance routes,
Do you?
and it's always the way you'll get to the sort of tourist sites,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and a mile either side of them, there's
Yeah,
nobody.
Nobody
Yes,
there.
exactly.
Yeah,
Well, actually, when we were on that trip in the lakes, we managed to find somewhere
we did find
just
somewhere
on the
away
other
from
side
the
of
crowd.
the lake, and it was kind of nobody there.
Yeah.
Just because, just that bit further from the car park, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
but this is good. Well, you have got good weather, so enjoy it.
Yeah,
Well, you
I have been this morning. Just the wood havens on the river further back was just stunning, absolutely.
And it's not long
it's
ago
good.
this river was flooding.
Yeah,
You know, it was heaving right
It
up
was
to here.
about 6 or 7 times
It
this
was,
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, a few years
scary,
ago, yeah.
scary flooding.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was good.
and
Really?
it's just idyllic at the moment, it really is.
It is, isn't it?
Right, we'll let you
Enjoy
get on.
it.
Well, have a good day.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Bye.
This is absolutely cracking, isn't it?
It is, it's a stunning spot. I guess this is what the bridge at Worth would have been like.
Yeah.
So they'd have knocked one axle up in the parapet. But I guess it saved them time.
Yeah, yeah.
We've got an audience down here. Obviously nosy cows wanting to know what's going on. So we stopped for lunch in the village down there, and that's been a nice haul up this hill. We crossed the Nid, so I suppose we're really in the final stretch, but quite a lovely view right up the dale. But this is so pastoral here. Again, can't complain about the weather. It's a nice temperature this afternoon. The sun's still out, even though it's quite hazy. But we've maybe got a couple of miles into Ripley, and there's Ripley Castle there, though expecting that to be very busy today with visitors. From there we've maybe got another 3 miles up to the campsite up at the Yorkshire Hussar, at a place called Markington. That's actually on a link route up to Ripon, which we're not doing, but again, I think there's quite a lot to see on the link route. There's Fountains Abbey and a couple of other things according to the guidebook. But the campsite we're staying at's also a pub, which can't be bad. But it's really the only place we could find that was available. But anyway, I'll stop rambling on, and hopefully it should be nice and flat all the way to Ripley, he says. Famous last words. Well, 1.5 miles by bike. We're only 6 miles from Harrogate as well. So just getting close to Ripley now, but we're walking through this woodland, and they're not quite out fully now, but the bluebells, just in a few days this will be a carpet of blue. But it's not only that, the woodavens and the celandines you can see just in front, it's just awash with wildflowers. It's absolutely glorious, really beautiful. And you can, both sides of the track here, it's just an incredible display of wildflowers. It's just a pity we're not here tomorrow or the next day, because I think that all the bluebells would be out in force. It would just be a purple haze. Beautiful. Give us a smile then.
Well, this was
There you go.
after
Oh, yeah.
the lake was up to about 9.5 in that direction. I think the door was dug out.
It's been quite busy along here, the bridle way into Ripley. And you can just see the castle over there. I think on another day, if we'd had a shorter day, we might have had a chance to visit it, but it's actually been a lovely track to walk along this. Yeah.
There's an interesting item in the churchyard here.
God, it's absolutely hoaching down here. Very pretty. I'm not even sure if we've come in the right way, to be honest.
It's called a weeping cross.
Ah. Don't know if you can read that, but I'll read it out anyway. It says the origins are obscure and ancient, and it's thought to have been used by pilgrims and penitents, hence the knee holes, and there's no other such cross known to still exist in England. A weeping cross.
Yeah, I think what they did, they must have.
You're going to be able to get back out.
Yeah, I know that. It's tight for a set of knees.
Yeah.
But
I don't suppose it was built to be comfortable.
You can't surely kneel that way.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody's flowers have.
Well, we've had to really pick up the pace from Ripley. Unfortunately, we phoned the pub to make a booking for a table tonight, and they finished serving at 5:15. So, as it stands, we've got about 40 odd minutes to get there. We've hot-footed it up the road from Ripley, and we've probably got about 1.5 kilometres left, so we should be able to make it in time. But here the landscape has changed almost entirely. Gone are the stone walls, and the hills. It's much more rolling country. There's a lot more arable farming going on as well. it's all hedges for field boundaries here, and actually it's got much more in character with the Yorkshire wolds a bit further to the east. I'm not sure what the underlying geology is here, but it's got this sort of character of the chalk downlands a little bit, but it's a bit more heavily wooded than the wolds are. But certainly it's been a good walk through from Ripley, although we've put the foot down a little bit. Things we do to get a meal, otherwise we'd be going hungry tonight. And there's not really any services on route tomorrow either. But this is very pleasant walking. It's easy going through the fields here, although we're on Bridle Way. Anyway, we'll be back soon.